So, the guy. Oh, yes, your board and their reaction. If they knew how much information my company had been fed over the years, they'd mount a full investigation, irrespective of the adverse publicity.
That's reassuring.
Man, I'm sorry, but it's true. But they don't know that, do they? You see, frankly, we've covered our tracks pretty well. Because I can't see how any investigation, if it were to happen, could unearth enough to put two and two together. So don't worry, man. The difficult part is done.
Bono, I hope you're right. I don't really spending time in jail.
Stop being so dramatic, Wena. So tell me precisely what happened to James and Elle.
I'm afraid my assertions got the better of James. He's a talented guy in many respects, but lacks maturity. He's got a gambling problem and a real hang about women in the business, as you know. His girlfriend left him unable to cope with his depression. His surface arrogance melted away when I revealed that I knew about you and him. Yeah. I told him I knew about the lunch date and what he had told you about the product launch date. That sent him into a panic. Now, he really believed that he had been at the heart of the conspiracy after I'd finished.
So James didn't resign?
No. He took quite an aggressive cavalier attitude at first, and then fell apart, announcing that he couldn't cope. It was strange, though. When I left the hotel the following morning, he hadn't checked out. I even persuaded one of the housekeeping staff to let me in his room to see if he had packed, and he hadn't. Clothes were strewn all over the room, and his wash bag was still in the bathroom.
And what do you make of it?
Knowing James, he probably called up a friend for company. So someone's shoulder to cry on. I'd speculate that he got drunk and stayed over at their place.
Yeah, that's true. And Elle, Anna?
As you know, we spent some considerable time finding a way to implicate him. But I must admit, I was staggered that he responded to your friendly overtures in the way that he did. I would have put on hard cash on him avoiding you like a plague, knowing that you are our nearest rival. But how he responded.
Yes, I also wasn't expecting that. Well, let's not get into all that. Bon. I have to tell you, though, he became extremely embarrassing. He just locked onto me and he wouldn't let go. He wrote me several pathetic letters, and would you believe it? He sent me a bouquet of flowers to the office. Day and night he plagued me, Motona.
I know how persuasive you can be. Have you forgotten?
Ooh. No, I haven't. But that's different.
Of course. He admitted his infatuation with you. Now, apparently meeting you enabled him to come to terms with his sexuality. I felt quite sorry for him. Poor bugger. No, his big fear was that his wife, Joyce, and his family would find out.
Oh, Modimoaka, don't mention that woman's name to me. He actually waited on and on about the damned woman and how guilty he felt. But it didn't stop him from pestering me now, did it? Oh, dear, what a scream. But I tell you, I hardly said a word to him before he was flirting with me. At first he found conversation very difficult. But once I began to break through, he was liberated. From then on, I couldn't stop him. He wanted to tell me an entire life story. And the way that he looked at me. From then on, he just started to pester me all the time. Home and office. I had to get some of my people to, speak to him. Because I too feared the consequences.
Is that how you feel?
Feel? About Earl, you mean?
No, no. You and me.
Bonaman, I thought that we agreed that we didn't want our relationship to become public knowledge because that would be stupid. We did say that it would undermine everything that we've worked for, Petey.
I know. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking.
I'm sure you were.
Anyways, Earl agreed to resign and he said he'd clear his desk and be gone.
That's good. That's very good. So who else have you spoken to?
I planned to implicate Charles Lender, but the way it worked out, I didn't think it was necessary. He's a difficult character, and at best of times, I was unsure on how successful I'd be in getting him to take the bait. After my sessions with Earl, I took the rest of the evening over dinner, cementing relationship with the others. It was a good session. No, I felt satisfied that we could begin to undo the self-inflicted damage on the company and win our way back once this is over.
Whoa, hey, win our way back once this is over. Why could the fact that we have achieved the objective of making Greystone a market leader and see the share value soar due to our conspiracy doesn't mean that I want to see a phoenix rising from the ashes. No. Bona, I do admit that the share price has dropped the past weeks, but it will recover. That's how the market works.
Yeah. If only I could walk away after cashing in my shares.
And why can't you?
That wasn't the plan. You said it's too risky.
Nah. Why?
It was your idea that I stay and rebuild the business to ensure that there would never be a link to me.
No. That's a wise advice, I'm sure. It's good.
Seriously. Are you really suggesting that I could get away with cashing in my shares and quitting?
Of course not. Don't take me too seriously. You have to continue. You have to create a new strategy and win back market confidence. And I'm hopeful that by the time that happens, I would have realized my share options in Greystone and I'd be gone.
It's all right for some.
And you'll do all right out of it. Ah, Juliet! Don't take a seat. Take a seat.
Dumelang, Tom, Peter.
Gentlemen.
Peter here has just been updating me on yesterday's meeting. It seems that it has went extremely well.
Oh yeah, I think so. But what concerns me is that James still hasn't checked out of the hotel. Before coming here, I phoned the reception desk and they confirmed that his clothes are still in the room, but he's nowhere to be seen. I've also phoned his flat on a few occasions, but just get his voicemail. It's very odd.
Wait, see, if you ask me, I think you could wreck our chances of pulling this off.
Man, no, man. I'm sure that he'll turn up. He is a sensitive creature. I should know. He's probably being comforted by someone or other.
I wish I shared your confidence.
Look. We had this conversation yesterday. Don, believe me, you have nothing to worry about.
I am sorry, Peter, but I just don't share your confidence.
I've also tried to reassure him, but there's no budging you, is there, Don?
Wait, I wish you wouldn't talk to me in such a condescending way. Just look at the facts. I mean, over the past 3 years.
Yes, Don, we've been through all that now, don't we?
Oh, please, Peter. I mean, fuck me. Let me just explain to Tom if you're not prepared to listen.
Okay, wait. Don, what's going on? Get it off your chest. What worries you?
Thank you, Tom. Now, to anyone, even on the fringes of the industry, it must have seemed odd how well Greystone had done in product development and new launches, but without an in-house development team and...
It may have seemed odd to some, but we did what we did. Okay, Don? It's history. It hasn't been commented on as far as I know, so worry not.
Wait, see, within the past year alone, Greystone has launched another 5 products. 5 products. That's a huge number of new products for a company with no internal technology base. Can't you see that? Okay, I accept that you've started to build a team, but it's only been in the past few months. Surely someone somewhere is going to challenge the achievements and ask questions.
Don, I am sorry, Don, but just like Peter, I am at a loss to understand your concerns.
Okay, look, I am not a technical person or a designer, but from what I can gather from Don, he thinks it would be impossible for any company with the limited infrastructure and resource such as Greystone to achieve what it has in such a short space of time.
Precisely.
And on that basis, isn't it possible, and I state possible, not probable, that Tom will come under pressure to explain the company's phenomenal growth?
Hey, Lawana, let me reassure you both. It's not an issue. Of course, I accept the broad analysis that what we've achieved as a company with limited resources could be seen as remarkable. But my shareholders are delighted, and they are not about to retrospectively challenge the strategy. No. There's no rumor mongering in the media now, is there? Exactly. My senior people who have been receiving large bonuses know that I am influential and I get what I want. And in this case, I did.
Yes, but...
No buts, Don. Man, listen to me. Peter may well be asked to jump through a few hoops and offer guarantees on future governance issues, but that is all your board will do. Flying in people from the States to conduct a thorough investigation would be absolute madness. Such a move would be out in the streets in no time, and the company's reputation would be destroyed. Bonaman, worst case scenario is this. Peter may be asked to resign, but that won't upset the plans that we have now, would it? If either of you are fired, I can promise you now, you will have a job at Greystone. But hell, if you are fired, think of all the cash that you'd have at your disposal to enjoy a pleasant retirement. Yeah?
I am not so sure. But I think you underestimate my ability to cope under pressure. I can tell you now, if they did send a delegation to complete a thorough investigation, I just wouldn't be able to hold up under cross-examination. That's all I'm saying. I don't think I could lie. All I know is that I'll end up telling them everything they wanted to know.
Don, old chap. Bonamana, we knew when we embarked upon this when we embarked upon this plan that there would be risks. Albeit calculated risks. I mean, do you honestly think I would have agreed to take part if I thought that we would be exposed? Yeah? Hey, Lamuna, what you're not really taking into account is the adverse publicity that would rain down on the Americans if they were seen acting in this way. Their share price would plummet overnight and they'd be a takeover target. Can't you see that?
Precisely. It's what I've been saying all along.
Bonamuna, I think that we should stay on course and not make any changes to our plan for your own sake. Don, you have to relax. The next phase will soon be over and we can move on. Relax.
Hey, okay. I can say I have no option but then to sit tight. But I had to voice my concerns.
We understand and respect that. Don't we, Tom?
Of course. We appreciate your frankness. We all do. Now, let's have dinner. Who's hungry?
If you don't mind, I won't join you. I have a number of things I need to catch up on. But thanks anyway. I'll see you both tomorrow, right?
Right.
He worries the hell out of me.
You don't think he'd say anything, do you?
No point speculating further. But you better keep an eye on him, Peter. Let's hope your report to the board will nullify any formal investigation. The sooner you get back to them, the better.
I will. Make no mistake.
Good. Now, dinner. Come, let's go through and enjoy a wonderful meal and champagne. Come on, let's go.